Hello and welcome back to House of Astralis. My name is Kayla and today I will be your cosmic guide as we connect with the energy behind your Libra season. I have some questions here and just a little bit about Libra and the tarot correspondence of the season, which is the Justice card. Libra season kicked off on September 22nd, as you can see here, and it is a cardinal air sign. Venus does rule this planet, and in astrology, it rules the 7th house, which is about marriage, legal affairs, tons of other things as well, but those are probably one of the main keywords. So as the sun moves through Libra, we are gifted with an energy focused on social harmony, fairness, and balance. Libra, an air sign, enhances our communication skills and sparks curiosity in abstract thinking. Rather than being driven by emotions, Libra encourages us to approach situations with objectivity and impartiality. During Libra season, we are invited to step back and gain a more balanced perspective. It's a time to slow down, consider all angles of an issue, and look at situations with clarity before making any decisions or conclusions. So no jumping through hoops about trying to make a scenario fit in your head, about coming up with specific endings. None of that, no overthinking if possible. A affirmation that you can use here is I cultivate balance, peace, and harmony. And the tarot correspondence is the Justice. The Justice card symbolizes fairness, truth, and accountability. It reminds us that every action carries consequences, whether positive or negative. Justice urges us to consider the long-term effects of our choices, both on ourselves and those around us. So if any of you have a birthday during this Libra season, happy birthday. And of course, as this is a collective reading, please be at peace with anything that does not fit and only take what resonates for you during this season. Of course, this reading is timeless and will be brought to you whenever the time is right. So, thank you for being here. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Any engagement helps and I really do appreciate it. Our first question is, where in your life do you need to create more balance and harmony? We've got the Eight of Cups here, and I'm drawn to the Despair card right here and just the amount of turmoil maybe that you're in. So if your emotional state isn't the best and you're on like one end of the spectrum over here in the despair, in the grief, it's working towards letting things go and getting to maybe the middle of the spectrum, or even the closer to the other end of the spectrum where you're not in grief, you're not in despair, you're in the joy and bliss, instead of letting yourself fall into the void. So if in a practical sense you can cleanse your space, your physical space, your area, clean house a little bit, you can cleanse yourself, your body, whatever you need to do, some emotional work, some release here. And it's easier said than done to say let go of things, but if you've been holding on to this for so long and you're really grieving and you just can't get out of your despair mode, then I think that's a sign that this isn't working for you anymore. So you have to make some changes. You have to wake up, make some changes here, and create more harmony within your emotional state. The next question is, how can you approach a situation with more objectivity and fairness? With this one, you can take a moment to pause here, think about a situation where you need objectivity and fairness, and then come back and see if the card lands for you. If you don't really have a specific situation in mind, maybe the card will tell you something and point to it that way. For me, when I did this, I didn't have a specific situation in mind, and I want to say I'm like 90% sure what the card was alluding to, but I think that's just trusting my intuition and knowing that that's that situation. I don't have to have exact details in the card to tell me, yes, it's this one. And so yeah, we can do that here. Again, how can you approach a current situation with more objectivity and fairness? The Six of Wands is bringing me to something I find myself having to tell some of my friends sometimes about taking the credit that they need. So if they feel, for whatever reason, not worthy enough for recognition, compliments, victory, even, whatever reason that may be for, I find myself having to tell them that clearly everyone else around them thinks they're doing great and amazing, so why can't they also accept that? They need to be fair to themselves and the recognition that they deserve. So really embody that. Let yourself grow and blossom and not be blocked by your own self. Because if people around you are saying that you're doing amazing and they can see all the hard work you're doing, then why can't you accept that? So approach your vision, I want to say, approach yourself and whatever work you're doing with fairness by knowing that you've got this. And it's okay to acknowledge it. It's okay to claim that. What relationships need more open communication and understanding? Well, this one is telling me you're very close one-on-one in intimate relationships. Intimate being that you're very close, or literally your romantic relationship. So platonic or romantic, it doesn't matter, but it looks like these relationships do need more communication, more understanding in order to keep growing, to cultivate more love and passion. Oh, literally love right here, and then passion is right here, passion tincture. So however you can make sure that you, and that could tie back to, this emotional turmoil over here, and then reflecting in your relationships to where now you need to really communicate with them so that they don't also take on your despair. What decisions require you to weigh all sides before taking action? This one's interesting because it might resonate with maybe a very small number of you, but the first scenario that I'm getting is with the Hermit. It typically talks about an inward journey, which relates here with soul journey, but going inward alone, typically being by yourself and seeking the deeper and inner knowledge from who knows where. But I'm kind of seeing someone going on a solo retreat or somewhere alone to really take that soul journey here, to let go of all these emotions and do some work there on, I don't know if I already said it, but like a retreat of some sort. And maybe this is why there needs to be some communication within your relationship so that people can pick up your slack, or you can really talk to them and let them know that you need to do this for whatever reason. But either way, this trip, whatever it may be, needs some time. You don't have to rush into things. And if you feel like you have to rush, maybe use that as a sign, because you need to look at all sides. The justice and the justice system, if we take it that way, is typically pretty slow. It's not going to happen just like that. So maybe embrace that a little bit. Maybe there will be more harmony when you have more time to think about things and go over it. And alternatively, this can be giving and sharing knowledge or seeking out some sort of guidance. So that does kind of fall in line with the retreat thing that I was talking about. But I think in general, maybe there's like a mentor or someone or a course that you want to take, but it can be straining some other things, some other responsibilities. So whatever this may be for you, the Hermit, whatever you're seeking guidance on, take some time. Don't rush into it. And on the bottom of the deck, we have Judgment, which I also find interesting because with justice, there is some sort of judgment, even if it's objective. There's some sort of cause and effect, and the effect will be judged to make sure that it's not harmful. So with Judgment here at the bottom of the deck, I think just overall waking up to some realizations. Oh my goodness, wake up right here. Yeah, the wake up potion. Judgment is advising that you can wake up and really make some changes that you need to. Maybe there's some clarity or reflection that needs to happen here with the Hermit to really dive deeper and make sure that you don't let the flame go out, because ultimately it can only burn for so long. And yes, like we were saying, take your time, but you don't have to sit on it until you turn to bones. And the Latin phrase here says, you or we don't know the time nor the day. And this could be literally like we don't know when we're gonna die, so kind of live your life to the fullest. Thank you for tuning in to your Libra season video. I hope this all resonates. I hope you can make this season the best and really let things go. Let things go so that you can move out and not be stuck in the void anymore. So thank you so much for your time and your energy. I can't wait to read for you again next time.